If I don't clean the street, for example, if I don't clean the streets, then who is going to do this? If I don't teach the future generation, who is going to teach it? Everything begins with I, us. That is what it is. That's how it is. If we ourselves do not take the step for our future, then who is going to take the step? It's not going to be a place. It's not going to be somebody else, because that is not the right way. If we want to put somebody else to do the work for us, we ourselves need to be ready to take this work on us and get our hands dirty, get our hands into the things. For example, this trash cleaning. If I want to see a future clean and tidy, all the streets clean, who is going to do this? You can't put somebody else to keep doing this again and again. That's what our municipality workers, that's what our garbage collectors do. They clean the streets up for us to walk on, but they cannot clean so much while also handling all the other tasks that they have. The land of any town, of any village is larger than the amount of people that are employed by the local civic bodies to clean this place up, right? So if we want to maintain a clean place, we have to be ready to get our hands dirty, to put our hands inside the trash and pick the trash out, so that we can help our municipalities, our local civic bodies collect this garbage and keep our streets clean, right? That's how we do it. That is what a responsible person is. A responsible person is somebody who is ready to get their hands dirty for a good cause, for a better future. We cannot continue deflecting the responsibilities to somebody else while us ourselves ignoring the main issue, right? If we want a better future for our town, for our any place, for our household, for our family, for our friends, for whatever reason, we have to be ready to put our hands and legs down inside the trash, inside whatever, get out of our comfortable zone, get into the uncomfortable zone, and try to be the change that we want to see, right? If we want to see the change, if we want somebody to change, we ourselves have to be ready to be the change and lead this change. Only then can we have a cleaner, wonderful world. A world where we are all understanding. A world where our lives are clean, our things are clean. It is when we get satisfaction. It is when we see our responsibilities have shaped our future, that our decisions today have shaped the future. The longer we wait for somebody else to take the mantle, the worse the situation gets. And for this, we need to be ready to take the mantle in our own hands and one step at a time bring change to things around us. That is what we do. That is how we do. I have a vision, and this vision I must bring to life. This dream, this realization, this future that I see, I need to bring to life. And the way I can do it, by taking responsibility, by being a leader, by being consistent with my stuff. That is what being a leader is, being a responsible person is, being a visionary is. You see the future and you want this future. And if you want this future, you need to be ready to make your hands dirty. Get in there. Get in that drainage. Get in that trash land. Put and bring all those trash out. Pack them up in the garbage bins. And not garbage bins, garbage bags. Pack them up in the garbage bags. And call your local civic bodies. If it has no civic bodies there to clean it, become the civic body, become the cleaner, and learn the ways of how to dispose trash, to who to contact for this. And that's how you bring a cleaner society, a cleaner environment, a cleaner thing. We must all be responsible. We must all be responsible. And we must all be ready to get our hands dirty. Only then can we change the things around us. That is how we do it. That is how we should do it. That is how we will do it. That's how it is. Remember that change will only happen when we ourselves become the changers. When we ourselves start doing things differently to what the society expects us. That is when we bring the change. That is when the change happens. And that is when a good responsibility, a good leader does this thing of spreading his influence, of spreading his vision, of spreading his future, of spreading his responsibility to other people. And that is what we must do. And that's the end of my talk.